Alright. Like that. Like that. Bring it down a bit. Yeah, that should be good. Sorry for a bit of a late start, but bit of a weird day today, to be honest. Not exactly in the best way, but you know, getting through the day. Good to be here. Alright, I'm gonna go speak with the leader of the pirates, I think, is where we left off on this. Of the Confederacy. I don't remember if they had a longer title than that. Alright, where are we going? This way? Alright, Rasho. Rasho? Greetings. You must be Rasho, leader of the Confederacy, and so on. I realize this is all a bit sudden, but the thing is, we have a little favor to ask. Oh god, I've probably broken half a dozen rules of Far Eastern etiquette already. Well, I'm sorry about that, but you have to understand that we're in a hurry, so I'm gonna stop talking now. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Nice. Men who revere manners and tradition can be found the world over, but not here. I mean, they are pirates. Your candor is appreciated. Speak your heart. And I'm speaking my heart. Kosetsu, the former leader of the rebellion. I know of him. Why he bade you petition us for aid and succor, however, I know not. At the risk of repeating myself, to join the Confederacy is to renounce all other ties. We are beholden to none, allies with none. When Doma was invaded by the Emperor 25 years ago, we did not rush to her defense. Knowing this, did you honestly expect us to help you drive the Imperial forces out of Isari? The Garleans have long maintained a presence in this region, and we would be fools to break the peace, fragile as it is. Besides, you are capable warriors, yes? With guile and preparation, you could surely resolve this matter yourself. Oi. It is imperative that our presence here remains secret for as long as possible. For us to openly engage the Imperials at this time would endanger everything we have come here to achieve. You have told us why you cannot fight. Now we should fight in your stead, not why we should fight in your stead. If you would speak to me of lives saved, I would speak to you of slaughter. How many will die when all pretense is lost and the Garleans declare war on the Confederacy? Hate is a luxury we can't afford. You are free to come and go as you please, but you will receive no further aid. Thank you for your hospitality. If you would excuse us. Back to the happy music. Ooh. That is a cliff. Alright, what do you two gotta say? Hey Nar, I know that didn't go well, but I'm not prepared to give up on them yet. Kosetsu told us to come here for a reason. He must have believed we could convince them to help us. We just don't work out how. My thoughts exactly. I'm glad to hear we're of the same mind. You're a persistent lot, certainly. It's little wonder they refused. We have not to persuade them. The real work begins now. We need to learn more about the Confederacy. What their needs and weaknesses are. Once we know that, we will know how to earn their trust. We'll just talk to some of the pirates or something, I guess. Falconport? Oh yeah, you're probably... Oh, the Chocobo, we get a Falcon now? Okay. No, I don't need a Falconport, I think. I was just curious. And Kai! So we're not we're not gonna be talking to people, we're just... Okay. Alright, what's in these stacked crates? Number of crates and barrels have been stored here. On closer inspection, however, most are empty. Okay. Well, they're not getting what they need, whether it's spices or whatever it is. And guys! Oh, we're gonna talk to that person, whoever it is. Nawashiro? Taking an interest in the ship? Heh, good eye. She's not much to look at now, but once upon a time she was a beauty. The Confederacy favors flotillas of smaller ships to capture and board errant vessels. The larger ones, like the Sekaboon, only take part in major engagements. Not that we've had any of those recently, but with the Imperial bastards throwing their weight around, if it wasn't for them, well, no use moaning about what you can't change, eh? Alright. Head over to that one. Oh, everything now. Okay. Oh, there it is. I can see from here. Maximus steel. Repair my things. They're damaged. I'm a talented smith you are, sir. I'd pay you more if I could. If I wouldn't actually, but I'll say it to your face that I can. That I would. The arms and armor have been piled up haphazardly. They display no signs of recent use or maintenance. We're heading back up, I guess. Going to talk with, what was their name? Oh, actually going to speak with LSA. Excuse me. Kizan! LSA! Hello? Had a good look around? Then we just need to wait for life. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I wanted to talk to as many people as I could. It's just as Tansui said. They have no intention of standing up to Yatsuyo. I don't know if you two got any different impression. Under the right circumstances, they might help us. I agree. It's obvious that they are struggling to survive, and that they blame the Imperials for their recent troubles. Even if we do nothing, it is inevitable that they will come into conflict with the Empire sooner or later, and deep down, they all know it. The only thing holding them back at the moment is the belief they lack the strength to survive the coming war. We need to prove to them that we're not all talk, that we can be valuable allies in the fight. You know, the last allies that we made, we kind of all got our asses kicked and a bunch of people died. And what better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expert assistance? What are we doing, fetch quest? Wouldn't be the first time we'd have to earn someone's trust by helping them out with this and that. You know it won't be the last. I'll look around the west end of Anakaro. You two take to the east. Good luck. Any of these good? Nope. Ooh, I have an eastern bow now. Oh, a nice little bow. Alright, so where do we... Oh, we gotta talk to a bunch of people around here. Okay. I can do that. Sasaki. Kajika. Ajit. Coin, do you have wares? You strike me as a strong and capable individual. I have a job for you, Westerner, if you are courageous as well. On the beach, far to the west, lies the carcass of a Juki, feathered with arrows. I would have you go and retrieve those which may still be of use. The one we saw coming in here? While you're about, I should be glad if you were to butcher its tail for meat. Very good meat in Juki tails, you know? I didn't. But I did say you would need to be a courageous sort, and I meant it. The beast was young. You're not surprised if its angry mother mourns its child. Oh. I take it that's why they didn't get the tail. Running away from an angry mama. Aranami. Oh, hello. You there. Ah, you. Have you seen a bumbling clod of an aura? A new recruit I ordered to patrol the northern edge of Onakaro. He is late in returning. The strange boy he was, quiet and brooding, reluctant to speak unless spoken to first. Better that than a fool who never holds his tongue, perhaps. Much as I would enjoy dragging him back by the ear, I cannot. Duty compels me to remain. You, on the other hand, have no such obligations. Okay. What do you... Okay, I guess he's maybe just watching out for boats or something? Yeah, that is up there. I will ride my broom up there. But I can't fly. I don't have the ether for it. Yum. 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 Boomy. Everyone has no patience. Kami, take me. What kind of pirate cannot suffer the sway of an ocean? A new recruit from far-flung shores? Listen, well, I have a task for you. Go first to Akumo below and receive of him medicine for men of the earth. Then to the Quickscape Pier and the hapless Doman bemoaning his wretched fate. Quickly. Help him with seasickness. I mean, I can understand seasickness. Only time I was out on sea, I got seasickness, and it sucked. I hated it. I just unwell and I decided to lay down and passed out for the entire journey because I didn't like it. Okumo. I'm at the behest of Afumi for medicine. My very best is yours for the taking. Oh. How pitiful the lot of this Doman unable to stomach the sea. A true Confederate could raise a dozen ships while in his cups. Maybe this one should return whence he came. Alright, we'll go around the left side of the island, I guess. You know, do stuff around there, go over to the seasick folk. You can wait a little bit. Confederate Century? That's not a fancy name. What the hell? Oh, that's a big one. Very big eyes. Does everything have like horns and stuff here? We got the walrus demons that got horns and tusks. And that thing also kind of looked like it had horns and tusks. Oh, hello. Much better damage than earlier. Interacting. What am I taking the tail? Sorry about your tail. But you didn't really need it anymore, I guess. Alright. Yeah. I never really got into... I've never been a big person for like the water and the like. Like, I mean, like, we had like a pool at my dad's and that was fine. But like, I don't know. Like going in like lakes or the sea or stuff like that, it was just like, meh. I had more fun just kind of like being on the edge and trying to build a fort to survive against the waves. That was more fun for me. You cast about for the Confederate recruit, but see no one matching his description. you know, doing all you can to kind of like reinforce it, but the like sand gets too watery and just kind of starts flowing away, so it becomes kind of a futile thing, but you do your best. See how good of a fortification you can make, how long it'll last. Or how good of a channel you can make. How long a bridge will last over top. You cast about the Confederate crew, but see no one matching his description. Yeah, like being like the being at like the beach or like a little like beach on the lake. I was worried that I was gonna like step on something I couldn't see or whatnot. And there was one time that actually we were in the ocean and I was swimming with my sister and my mother. This was when we were much younger. But the waves and like the current and stuff came on pretty strong and just kind of was like barreling us over, and my mom had to make sure that we were actually kept above the water as best as she could and get us back to shore, since the water was getting rocky and, you know, trying to murder us, which is very unkind of that water. But like, I don't know, kind of like looking at a beach or just kind of like seeing what's going on around it, you know, walking along its nice warm sands or stuff like that. I prefer that more. We went one time when we went up to Maine, we were on the coast. And they were just like, well, why don't we just, you know, see how the beach goes? But it's Maine, so the water was freezing cold. So mostly it was just hang around on the actual shore and such, just enjoying the sun instead. Hello. More of these things. But that one, I actually got sunburnt really bad, on that beach. Like they were, I was peeling quickly after that, and then it was coming off in like this whole long sheet. It was disgusting. I think my brother also got pretty badly sunburned. I don't think it was as bad. I think he had more area of sunburn, but it was less annoying. Getting sunburned sucks. Where could this folk be? This is the one we already checked. And it's sitting by like a nice river or something. It's nice and calming. Peaceful. Who are you? You don't look like a woman of the Confederacy. Forgive me, 'twas but yesterday we did bid farewell to one of our own, and I worried that she might have lost her way. We laid her to rest in a boat and pushed her out till the current claimed it. The sea is our home, now and ever after. But those sent thither with burdened hearts may drift back to shore, it is said. Out of concern for her comrades, she strove to earn far more than her keep. She hunted rare and deadly game in treacherous waters, and lost her life for it. But my vigil is ended. The vessel has not returned to Anakaro. She has made peace with this life and placed her faith in us to live on. Oh, well, that's nice. Glad that was comforting kind of relief for you. Yeah, my dad had a pool, and like we'd go in it from time to time when it was summer, but not like too much. It was just nice every now and then. But we got into airsoft, about like, I don't exactly remember what age we were, but we'd been doing it for a while, just like spring rifles, nothing like electric or anything like that. We didn't have the money for that. But we were doing that, me, my brother, and my stepbrother, but not the same one I used to play D&D with, since I had, since my mom and dad were divorced and they both married different people, so I had a stepbrother and stepsisters on both sides. Why does it shift and shudder still? Here's some medicine. Medicines? Give them here. They may look down on me for resorting to such measures, but I would do aught to render this world stable and motionless once more. You are kind, as is Afumi. You may tell her that I will return to my duties as soon as I am able. But yeah, we were playing airsoft, just, having fun in the backyard and stuff like that. And it wasn't until it wasn't until much later that my dad found out that us playing airsoft in that area, our stray little pellets punctured the inside lining of the pool and ruined it. So, like, it was much later since when we got it, and we were sorry about it, but like, well, that sucks. It was an unfortunate time. It was a good pool, and pretty sure they used it more than us, since I was only there every other weekend. So what am I looking for? Kajaki? Kachika? You have been away for some time, perhaps in search of a young, Yuki corpse? Yeah, here's some arrows and meat. I see I did not misjudge you. Thank you for the help. Would that I could have tended to my own kill, but such is life. Pity this meat is not as delicious as it is nutritious. Under normal circumstances, we would not bother hunting Yuki as game, but as you may have heard, these are not normal circumstances. Arrows, too, must be reused when possible, a prudent measure becoming necessary, alas. With every passing day, our future grows more uncertain. I'm gonna just take a drink quick. That's better. But this day we shall have full bellies, in that we must take solace. And wayward travelers need not risk the ire of vengeful Yuki by wandering near my neglected kill. A strange sigh passes your lips. Have I said something odd? No matter. Thank you again for your aid. Oh. Stand wazoo. So what of my recruit? Did you find him napping on the beach or some such? No, not really. What? All this time he was standing watch for the funeral vessel? Huh. How rarely does he give a voice to his thoughts. I had no idea our comrade's death had affected him so. Too quick was I to judge him. Yeah, I guess, but you know. It is good that you went in my stead. Else I might have misspoken and made a fool of myself. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Money. Money, money, money. Dosh, dosh, scrap away can. I enjoyed the first Killing Floor a lot. Like, I liked the second one too, but the first one's where I really put in the time and enjoyment. One of the games that actually ran on my older laptop. It was a good game. Good game. I like the little voice lines and how the guns felt and stuff like that, and the maps that they made, and all the people made. I got to try those eventually. Fumi. Doman was raised in the mountains of his homeland. The first time he saw the sea was after he fled his homeland and came to us. He tosses and turns in his sleep, and when he takes to the water, not long before he can no longer stand. But he will grow accustomed to this life. He is hardly the first, after all. The captain too was once a Doman, though he cast all aside 25 years ago, when the Imperials took his land and the lives of his parents and brother. Perhaps you too will renounce your ties and join us someday. I mistook you for a fruit before, but I know your tale now. Tansui unfolded all. Think of my offer, Westerner. You might find small joys in the land, but the sea holds salvation. Not my thing. You're just gonna end up like your other recruit, super sick. Where am I going now? All the way back down. I'm gonna go to... Oh, it's not showing in my quest thing because I haven't actually picked it up. That makes sense. Wait. Hi, Raz. Hi, Raz. Hi, Raz. Oh. You've been busy, haven't you? Now you're here to ask if I need help with anything? Now that you mention it. Lately we've had trouble with ravenous sharks that have been leaping out of the water and making off with our fish. Damnedest thing, I know, but you would have doubted it if you saw it. We've got to cull the thieving bastards regularly. So happens I sent 3 of my mates out there before you came along. Still, the more the merrier. If you can kill 2 or so, that ought to be enough. Take a few of these rotting fish as bait. I'll not be needing of them. Oh, and maybe see if you can't find the other group. They've been away longer than I like. Unripened chum. Chum the waters. Yes. I can sprint for days. Oh, destination. Hello, little ominous cloud. I have to get the other thing so I can maybe do some more flips or something. Bam. Aggressive shark, dead shark. Alright. Where is another spot? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's Maximus Steel. Oh, thank you, Halfway. Halfway's the name of my chocobo. Hearing noise outside the room, and I know what it's about. And it's not great topics. Industrious pirate. Oh. Sharp shell of the red. Donatello? There's Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo. I don't remember. The other one. No, Raphael. Raphael was the red one? I think so. I think that's what it was. Oh, Kami be praised. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. Probably die. My partner and I got separated when we fled. You haven't seen them, have you? Nope. Damn. Before the Kojin started chasing us, the leaders asked if we were Doman. They're Yotsuyu's catchers. I know it. First Ishari, now this. I got to tell Rasho and the others. Seems like they're, you know, gonna be fighting them anyways. Seems like the kind of things are just unfolding well enough. I guess he wouldn't have gone back to relay that, he just would have disappeared otherwise, so... Still needed an intervention. Delivery logo. Alright. Well, hello again, Alice. Ah, there you are now. I heard you went shark hunting? Yep. We too did our fair share of beast culling. Though I think Life made a stronger impression when she bested a drunken pirate in a sparring match. Fastest knockout to date, I am told. I mean, she does like to punch and kick. I should like to think we have proven ourselves to be rather... Why do I get the feeling you have something important to tell me? Mutter, mutter, mumble, reveal. Kojin merchants rounding up Doman Confederates? Surely Yatsuyu has crossed the line now. We must go and speak with Rasho immediately. Even he cannot deny that this changes everything. At least I should like to think that he cannot. We're gonna have to do another thing to prove ourselves after. Oh, Tansui is talking to him. Walk, 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 walk.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. For your deeds, we owe you many thanks. But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsuyu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
Yeah, pretty much.
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction. So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path. Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger, there can be no retribution. We will wait for a sign. Such is the judgment of the Confederacy.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested it. Assuming we survive, that is.
Yeah, we'll see.
The question being, do you trust me?
Sure. Wait.
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
Then let us roll the dice. If it's a sign you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Doma, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade and freed Isari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole. You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Yeah, we're gonna punch him.
Actually,
bullets. With
my
bullets.
esteemed colleague here will attend to it on her own.
We'll punch him.
But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome. If we succeed, you help us liberate Asari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
We got highlights.
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
Oh, that's not better. It's worse. Oh, well, we're talking to him again? Okay. Uh oh. Oh, I can see the difference in it if it wasn't magic. Oh, okay. What's it look like? Interesting. So alone, you will deal with the Kojin. If you are set upon this course, I shall give you a word of advice. Two factions have the Kojin. The mercenaries who serve the Empire belong to the red. Those who belong to the blue are the traitors. They have made no pact with the Imperials, and so may be willing to aid your cause. Seek the blue on the Isle of Biko. Biko? There you will find a cave. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Captain. We shall endeavor not to keep you waiting over long for your sign. Right then, let us head for... Wait, where's Life? We can't leave without her. She's literally just here. Is she going to like jump in the water and swim there without even knowing where we're going? Chica. Is that person from earlier? Oh, hello again, Light. No? What is it? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wander off. I just wanted to have a think. You're worried we won't be able to live up to our promises? No, it's not that at all. If anything, I'm frustrated that I didn't think of it first. Yada and my father have a way with words. You know, you knew how to inspire they knew how to inspire people and to bring them together. I always hoped I might have something of that in me too, but I'm starting to think I don't. What am I even doing here? Bless you. God, listen to me. I didn't even know where that came from. Forget I said anything. We have to go, we have places to go, Imperials to fight, and friends to save. We're not going to get any of it done by standing around moaning, right? Right? When we first traveled to here, Abania, I was in Limsa visiting a friend, a young child who'd been through a great deal. It's neither here nor there, I suppose. Anyway, on the way back, I passed a teaser? which sold me some of the most exquisite looking tarts I had had ever seen. I've always preferred cookies, to be honest, but nevertheless I decided to stop and try one. I'll treat you to one when all this is over. Nar2, and I won't take no for an answer. What about your Stola? We'd never hear the end of it. Alright, you Stola too, once she's better. Deal? Good. Then let's hurry, shall we? We have a million things to do before then. Yeah. 2 whole rebellions. It's a bit of a... It's a lot of work to do. Alright, so we gotta go way over there. Alright, time to become a speedboat. I guess we should get this. The Mama Misu? Mama Misu? Okay. How do we get up there though? Wait. What? Is it something down below or something? Okay. Huh. I guess it's something that's not actually there yet? Okay. Because it was supposed to be... It was supposed to be there. I thought it was this island, but... Apparently not. Oh, there's Alice and Life. I think this is the Isle of Becco. Becco. Though to be honest, it looks the same to me as however many other islands around here. Rasho said there was a cave that would lead us to the village. We should search further inland. I'm glad you found the way up in this... Oh no, that's a valley or like a ravine? Crack? Gorge? I'm not sure what it'd be called exactly. Ugh. Looking at a ravine though makes me want to play Minecraft again. I'll have to look at the mods for that. See if I can grab court for it. But I guess we are doing 7 days, so probably better to wait on that. I don't think she's around for some 7 days. That's cool. Continue some of that. Our underground. Ooh. I'll send her a message quick. Right, well. I sent a probing question to figure out what... Ooh. Well, this certainly looks like a cave. Oh, there's lice. Ooh. Oh, I like the look of this place. Forever. Okay. Nevermore, nevermore, nevermore. Oh, there's Allie's head. Water
Is that
coming here?
light I
Those
see
look
up
like
ahead?
plants that would be like underwater and stuff. Maybe this place floods for at times? Or was it originally underwater, I guess? Yeah. Oh, okay, so this must be where the crystal was with the ether?
We appear to be standing inside a giant bubble.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't
By
pop.
the 12. I think we're on the seabed.
Looks like it.
Well, well, I thought I heard familiar voices.
Soraban. That turtle. You look more green than blue, to be honest.
Soroban, what are you doing here?
What a curious question. I live here.
Then this is the home of the Blue Kojin.
Just so. I bid you welcome to Tamamizu.
Tamamizu. Okay. That's how you say it. I'll probably forget, but... Hey, Alano. How you doing? This got you all excited. How fortunate we should find a familiar face in this place. We should tell Soraban about our situation. Tara. I don't think I've had that. Is that like a dessert or is that a meal? Tiramisu. I don't know. I'm not the most foodie of people. I'm actually a very picky person. Let's take that because all the other things kind of suck. Oh, bomb. Does it look cool? Oh, okay. I don't think I'd really like it then. I've never been much for coffee and the like. I used to have coffee like a little bit when I was in 5th grade. I'm alright so far. Oh, the day's not a very good day, but you know, I'm on here and I'm doing well on here. Hey, Colby. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, I haven't really drank coffee since I was in 5th grade. Since my mom, since I went to a different school from the town that I was in. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. It's more, the dogs are having some issues, so it's, they're old dogs, so they're, yeah. One of them's, one of them's had a bad leg for a long time, and he can't support his weight anymore. So he's just kind of in his little bed. You know, he's getting fed on his bed and stuff like that, and you have to clean him and everything like that a lot. And one of our other older dogs are having some trouble last night as well, so she'll have to get checked out, but yeah, we'll see how things go with that. So, not a great day for that. Kind of, you know, they're pretty old, so kind of knew that kind of stuff would be coming eventually, but yeah. Never really like to see. Kind of, it sucks seeing dogs get old. Hey. Yeah, depending on how they see for grade C, yeah, we'll see how many dogs we have by the end of the week. Anyway, how are you two?
Welcome, guests.
Hopefully better.
Gratitude to you for aiding Soroban in his negotiations.
We thank you for your hospitality, honored elder. Pray forgive me my brevity, but I wish to discuss an urgent matter.
So, you seek to compel our red brothers to forego hostilities for a time.
Yeah. We can really do at the moment is kind of keep them comfortable.
That's right. We know your two clans have your differences, but what with you being brothers and all, we thought you might be able to share some secret knowledge or something?
From far above, you have journeyed here in search of our wisdom. You shall have it. All creation is a tapestry through which the divine is interwoven. Kami are legion, and they can be found in the great and the small. Though they come and go as they please, they favor certain vessels. The ancient, the precious, the exquisite. We Kojin covet these vessels, these treasures. We go forth and bring them home to keep them safe and bask in their divinity.
I'm not big on
prosperity
the
and joy to us
designs.
and our children.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of their like accent kind of stuff.
Yet
I'm still not sure if
seek
it's
these treasures above.
armor or if
We
it's their
made
actual
enemies
faces.
of the Garlean Empire, powerful and far-reaching as they are.
It doesn't move, which makes me think it's armor,
Wiser to join with them.
but I don't really know.
Cautiously and carefully, for the Garleans are blind
Like
to
there's,
the divine.
there's no like
Nor
movement
will
or
they
anything.
suffer their subjects to see. So the Red masquerade as mercenaries who seek money and power and never speak of their faith in the presence of their masters. To honor the divine, they deny it. A twisted and misguided path.
Split on belief, that's not a good thing. Or it'll be a bit of a hard nut to crack.
Kami will not abide such foolishness. This they shall learn to their sorrow. While our red brothers live by the sword, we blue Kojin uphold the old ways, engaging in trade and valuing peace. Alas, men distinguish not between our clans, and judgment for the doings of the red falls unjustly
Yeah, that like
upon
that
the
part
blue.
looks definitely like
Thus do men grow more
a hat.
and more reluctant
I
to
don't
deal with
know.
us, denying us our
like they have
treasures.
armor pieces,
This cannot continue.
but I don't know. I don't know how much is armor or not. Like they are speaking,
On that point, we
Should
are in
think-
agreement. You are willing to aid our cause then?
you know, articulation in the mouth and stuff like that, but that might just be annoying to do as well.
There is a way that the red may be driven to retreat into their shells. But
Maybe
to
they just
share
really
with
like
you
helmets.
this knowledge is to reveal secrets of the divine. Assurances must first be had, trust forged, a bargain struck.
Well said, Elder. In great crises is great profit to be had.
Delight not overmuch in such things, Soroban. Now, tell our guests what must be done.
You said murder?
As you wish.
Well, I've no idea what we've gotten ourselves into, but so far so good, right?
Hopefully. I mean, kind of have to do it now. Kind of already promised other people that we'd do it. And these people are kind of the only ways to go to do it. Listen well, my friends. We require your assistance with the search for a priceless treasure. The Sakani no Makatama? Yasakani no Makatama? Yeah, okay. This jewel, this most sacred of... Yeah. I was trying to remember all their names earlier, and I think I got it. It was... What? Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and, Leonardo? Those are the four, right? Was in possession of Ingashi until they decided to present it to the Garleans in a gesture of conciliation. Oh, I don't remember what started it. But, some of my friends were joking on like just making it so like if you had to play Dark Souls with with like one of like boss musics being all of one thing, and one person was saying like, oh well, I mean, you know, because it was something about like a joke for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was like, well, it'd be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the other one was like, well, what about the Power Rangers? It's just like, personally, I'd prefer the Power Rangers to fight too, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, They gotta jam and tune between the two. You know, for fighting at least. We wish to recover the sacred jewel for our brothers. However, were we to come into conflict with them, it would be problematic. Therefore, we turn to you. You want us to search the ocean floor for this treasure of yours? I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that without you, you know? Drowning? Fear not. There is a ritual I can perform to imbue your bodies with a powerful blessing. But first, you must prepare offerings for the sea. Hopefully it's not a permanent change. I require 2 ruby coral, several fist-sized snail shells, a fleshy harvested unkui carapace? Unkui? Unkio? It's quite the shopping list. I will see to the shells, and Lice can look for the coral. Nar, why don't you go and look for the Unkayu in relief of its carapace? Ah, I get the fighting one. I see. I've seen them wandering around. Keep kind of like matching tempo with them in questing. How do I get out of here? Oh, I need to attune. Need to start watching Kamen Rider? Did you guys like the new Power Rangers? Huh. No, I haven't heard of it. It's like new Power Rangers and stuff. Is it equally as ridiculous? From, you know, from what you might know or anything? And I guess the better question, is it live action or is it, you know, like animated? I always liked the like silly kind of fighting and sparks everywhere that they did. It was funny. I need to go out. Hey, where's the bro? Oh, I can. Oh, good. Yeah, I do need to just do the murder quest, alright. Do they have like a combination kind of thing? Yeah, crab. In the... Can I get it? Can you get it? No? Okay. In the Cinders mod for Dark Souls, is one of the classes you can start off with is the Crab King or King Crab or whatever it is. So it's just you just get to be a crab person with a crab claw head. I haven't tried it, but it looks amusing. I'm just going. Alright, yeah, I'm going. And hinge him to death. Only one hand's working, but oh no, there we go. And slowly do pincer gestures. we got to play the D&D game yesterday. And that went pretty well. At least I think it did. I wouldn't say we progressed terribly far, but we the owner of the hat shop, which is this kind of like crazy guy who makes these enchanted hats that are not great. Like, they're good, but they're like cursed. He came out and he was blabbering nonsense and stuff like that. And I was helping our half-giant to the ship, so I didn't get to participate in the start of it, but I was able to, you know, as a player, just listen to it. And apparently, the, like, top of his head, like, from his crown and up, was, cut off. He, like, took off his hat and showed it to folks. And there was a, like, silvery, milky kind of fluid in it, instead of a brain, just kind of sloshing around. And he was like mumbling about just like how he was afraid to make sure that, you know, it doesn't pour out or whatnot, which, you know, understandable. You know, if I suddenly had random silvery liquid for a brain, I'd be worried what happened if it poured out as well. And he went to our sea witch and started trying to get her to get a hat commissioned by him, and she went along with it to make it so that he was distracted, so he wouldn't bother our half giant who we had given a cursed hat to before. So he was kind of weary and upset by him, so we just try to keep them apart. And so he's like doing measurements and stuff like that, and going back and forth. They're just I'm just like, you want a hat? Yes. And she's just like, well, I've already got a like a not a shawl. Is it a shawl? It's like the cloth head covering. And he's like, no, that's not a hat. That's just cloth. It's just like, yeah, but I like it. Just no, you need a hat. And and he starts like looking around through boxes and stuff like that, and like pulling giant things of fabric out, tossing them aside. And there's one of the boxes that he opens. He's like, oh, I have some special items. Would you like to see them? And, you know, he's looking like very nervously when the box is open, and the player's like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. And she looks in the box, has to make a will save immediately, fails it, and she just bursts out into this horrible, like, sobbing wail. And the rest of the party, or it's only one other party member, are undead, and our NPC necromancer, and they're just kind of like both looking at each other, just like, oh, that doesn't seem right. And the Hat Man's just like consoling her, just like, oh yes, I know, it's awfully terrible. You must be quite attached to it. Would you like it? Still not actually knowing what's in the box, and without her character having control or anything. She kind of like gives a nod, and the Hat Man takes this cloth wrapped item out of the box and gives it to her. And that's when she kind of like snaps out of it, and kind of like comes back, you know, face is warm from you know, wailing and stuff like that and all that. And she has this item. She unwraps it to like look at it. And it's this like onyx obelisk that has these weird like tentacle type motifs depicted on each side of it, with all like these different eyes and stuff. And the what's the word I'm looking for? I do need that. The Hat Man. He was like, all right, well, you can keep it. Just and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna place it back in the box. And she looks back at the Hat Man after she does that, and he looks absolutely like mortified, like terrified, and he's like, please buy it off me. It won't they won't go away until it's gone. It's just like, oh, that's ominous. And she goes, okay, I'll take it, and takes it back out of the box. And he goes, I'll sell it to you for 1 copper. And she goes, okay. I reach into my pouch. I don't actually have any money on me. So she just takes out a handful of seashells and hands it to him. And he's like, oh yes, this will do nicely. A nice fair trade. Now, please go and take it and throw it into the furthest depths of the ocean so it won't come back. So they like quietly tried to just back out of the store and everything. And they went down to the docks to and she just decided to try and just throw it into the ocean right then and there. So like the people on the ship, which I was one of them, and the captain was on there and stuff like that, I would just kind of like watch them like go past the gangplank onto the ship, that would be onto the ship, and they just go to the end of the dock. And oh, I think those were fish shadows. And she just tries to throw it. She rolls well on her strength. But for some reason, she doesn't let go of it. Like, DM tells her that. And she just falls into the water with it. And sinks with it. And, you know, it pulls her deeper and deeper into the water until it's incredibly dark. And the word for it. The obelisk is emitting like this light from it, so that she can actually see down there. Like she can't actually see up above. Which she was just at the dock. So like you should have still been able to see something. Not that deep. Because our ship didn't have a keel, so we could dock at the closer parts of the dock. But she can, with the like light from the obelisk, she can see all these glittering coins and gems and whatnot that are kind of like scattered around the ground. And that's when I kind of clued in that, oh shoot, that he's not supposed to have that. That's tied to my character's faith. Because one of the practices of my character's faith, he's part of a faith that I kind of just threw in there so that the DM didn't have to make up something all on their own for this campaign. And they're called the Fathom Walkers, and they're all about like very, very, very like deep sea creatures, those horrors down there and stuff like that. And it's all about a corruption and the like from an entity or place that's called Shazaz. And so like one of the practices that every full moon you would
It is done. Your offerings have been given to the sea.
I'll get through this voiced cutscene then continue.
The ritual can begin at last. Come and stand before me, my friends.
Is this the underwater zone that we get to be in? Or are we going to be walking around? Are we swimming?
Yes, yes. Listen to my words, and let all else wash away.
You know,
Listen
that's
to
fair.
my words,
I've played a bit of
and
Subnautica,
feel
but I didn't get
them flow
too far
your
into it.
heart.
But yeah,
At
it was...
first a trickle, then a flood.
Definitely unsettling playing that game. And I didn't even get deep.
O Kami of the fathomless waters of the fallen, the ascended, the flowing, and the becalmed, caretakers of the shallows and of the depths. Receive of us our meager offerings, cleanse these ones of earth and stone, and grant them your blessing, that they might drink deep of the divine. The ritual is complete, my friends. You may now breathe in the depths as you would upon land.
Yeah, then we just step out and can't breathe underwater. And
Strange.
that's the end of the
I
adventure.
don't feel any different. Are you sure it worked?
Reasonably. The blessing does have its limits, of course. While it will allow you to dwell in the depths, it will not help you traverse them.
I can swim well enough. How about you, Alize?
Oh, like a fish, in contrast to my doggy-paddling brother. Somehow, the boy just isn't very buoyant.
Oh no.
Skilled or no, your bodies are ill-suited to the sea. Your cause demands alacrity, and you shall have it. But first, let us take to the water.
Yeah, you know. I'm sure it'll be fine. We got mystical bubble protection after all.
Incredible. I could swear I was breathing air.
I mean, that is what this whole thing was for. We said we have alacrity. Do we get like flippers?
Noble steeds of
Oh,
great
never mind.
strength.
I mean, you know, it's fair. Magic can do a lot. Turning down the heater a little bit since the computer's warming up the room. Oh, we get big manta rays.
Wow, look at them! I bet they could take us all the way to the deepest depths of the sea.
And so they may. After we've won over the Confederacy, rescued Kosetsu, and liberated your respective homelands.
Should you become parted from your steeds, return to me, and I shall call them again. Take care, my friends, and may the Kami speed you on your way.
Okay. Why can't you just teach us how to call them ourselves?
We'll find that treasure in no time. Come on!
Oh no. Yeah. I liked his show. It's unfortunate news when that happened. Diving unlocked. Thanks to Soroban's blessing, you may now dive into deep waters and stay submerged indefinitely. Yeah. Always has his mouth open. Very rude mouth breather. Control spacebar. Okay. All right. You good? I have to go into another cutscene immediately. Oh, well, thanks, Helena. Oh, I can just use a flying mount? Wait, I don't think I had... Oh, no, the broom, I guess, is a flying mount. Wait, I don't think any of my mounts are not flying mounts. Okay. Water flip. Oh, okay. Over here. Where was I? Before that cutscene? Oh, yeah. So so every full moon, oh, I have to go down here. Every full moon, the Atom Walkers, including my character, give their offerings, by, you know, casting them off into the ocean. Oh, you have to dismount, okay. So usually, like, coins or the like, and they're carried along the deep currents to Shithaz, or so is the belief. Seeing all the coins and everything down there in the deep dark, kind of flagged that for me. Then even later, she started to see, she started to feel like a presence around her, and started seeing these eyes starting like appearing in different places. Similar in color to the horrible squid monster that my character turns into. And these sort of scaly tendrils started like wrapping around this sort of like bubble of light that she was in. This actually, nope. He's like, oh, well, I don't really know what to do. On one hand, if I try and let go, then this little obelisk might be the only thing that's protecting me. But if I don't let go, then I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Because the tendril started pulling the bubble of light further away to who knows what. And so she decided to try and let go, which she had to make this will save for to actually do that. And when she did, the light went out and she felt this like crushing all around her. And that's when all of us got to act, which was me and the undead jumped into the water. I was still in my, or a giant tentacle monster doom kind of form, and he was an undead, so he jumped into the water and went right by her, and sank all the way to the bottom because he's an undead. And my character just can swim, has a swim speed and everything like that, just grabbed her, because she was just on top of the water. What we saw was she just fell into the water with it, went down maybe a foot or a few feet, and then just floated back up to the surface. So picked her up, climbed back onto the docks, put her down, and she kind of came sputtering back too, with a much different tail than we were expecting. Well, it was a tail that I just kind of explained, but we weren't expecting it because we just saw her face plant. Or, well, belly flop, I suppose would be more accurate. So I tried to get some information out of her about like where she got it and stuff like that. Eventually that kind of led to the Hat Man. So went to go and talk with him. Oh, I think it's actually down. I have to talk to somebody. That looks like a down. Right? Yeah, okay. What was I looking for? Or was I thinking? Oh, there. So I decided to go to the hat shop with the undead, which is my character's friend. He's a chaotic evil guy. Pretty rude fellow, but you know, he gets by. He doesn't hurt our crew. And when we went there, I started, you know, questioning him on it, and he kept bumbling over himself, kind of like repeating things a lot. Like when I asked him where he got it, he went to a temple and found it and took it, and a lizard came out, bit his foot, and it started to rot, so they had to chop it off, and that's why he has a peg leg. So every question, or every other question, it would devolve back into that part of the story. So like I'd ask him something, and he was like la 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 la, and that's where I went to the temple, because the lizard bit me and made my foot start rotting, and then we had to chop it off, and that's how I was like, and it was just like no, I don't need that, I already know that bit. And I asked, he couldn't remember the name of the Inquisitor that he was working with, that he was working for, that kind of had him go to the temple. And I was trying to, I asked him if he had like a journal that he wrote it down, and he kind of had like an epiphany. He was just like, oh, I do have a journal. And he went to the chest that it's supposed to be in, tried to open it, and it was locked, and he's like, shit. He's like, well, I mean, do you have the key? And he's like, yes I do. It's in the chest. It's just like, why is it in the chest? Why'd you put it in the chest? Oh, I didn't put it in the chest. He put it in the chest. And he kind of like looks up. And I didn't really want to look up, but my undead friend, looked up and saw this horrible, elongated, emaciated figure with their head sort of turned backwards, clinging to the ceiling. And it was like, yes. Just like, well, why'd you put the keys in there? It's like, because I'm evil. Just like, okay. And so he started trying to go into the fireplace to try and get up out of there, but he was too big, so it was taking a long time. And I was a bit disbelieving about how much of this was actually real. And so I summoned a babao, which is an assassin demon that can see invisible things and can like dispel magic and stuff like that. And they're really good if you just want somebody to be dead. And summoned that, and I was like, is any of this real? And you know, him, that, any of that. And so he goes over and has to dispel magic on the Hat Man in his sparkly hat that he had, because he took it off because in surprise, you know, aghast at a demon being summoned in his shop. And his hat stopped being sparkly because it dispelled the magic on it, but he was still there. And so I was like, all right, can you get the chest open then? And since he's an assassin type demon, he actually has disable device, so he's able to pick open the lock. Aww, this cute little guy. Oh, look at him. He got a little lantern and everything. I've seen some people running around with that as a little minion. But anyways, able to get the thing open, and get the journal. And just like, okay, well, that's all I really need. And this guy's been mostly a nuisance. And my friend Keelhall, the undead, just like, was there an owner like before you that lived here? And he's like, oh yeah, the owner that lives in the chest. The one we just opened is like, okay. Well, I don't think he said lives, but he was in the chest. Like, okay. I kind of assumed that he was dead. I just kind of like looked at my demon and I was like, alright, well, this guy's kind of been a bit of an annoyance, and I don't really want him to come bumbling about and bothering my crew, because he's already bothered them before. And there's something definitely wrong with him, and I don't want him blabbing about some of the things that he has. So I had my demon kill him, which is very, very easy, because it's a demon. And so my character left, and my undead friend, Keelhall, which my character just calls him Keel, because it's short and easy, you know? But he's there, he's just kind of like looking over the place, seeing if there's anything valuable to take, and a guy pulls himself partway out of the chest. This like haggard, sort of emaciated man, and he's just like, is he dead? And like notices the body on the ground. He's like, oh good, and you know, has some conversation with Keelhall. And apparently the hat man that we've been talking to was a doppelganger, with something wrong with him, of course, but he was a doppelganger, which usually kill somebody and take their place in life, because they can mimic the physical appearance of somebody and take all their short-term memories, but none of the long-term ones. And it was just like, oh, that's kind of neat. He was explaining on like more kind of like on the Inquisitor and stuff like that, and the journal that is now missing, which my character has, and how if that could be brought to the flotilla, and they could get Inquisitors to come down and cleanse the temple and stuff like that. Which isn't really something my character wanted, since we had met a necromancer in the temple that had some very interesting necromantic ways, that like alchemical necromancy that my character hadn't seen before. It was just like, oh, well, the Baron that I am loyal to is a vampire. They're an undead. They utilize necromancy and the like for a lot of different things. Maybe I should, you know, make connections with this, you know, let my master know that this guy's here, that, and, you know, kind of make like a little bit of a bridge. And that went over well. So having a bunch of people come and cleanse the area didn't seem the best. Also, my demon teleported up to go deal with the weird backwards face man that said he was evil, and fought him, since apparently that was a daemon, which, you know, because it's devils, demons, daemons, and a hell of a lot more other things that classify under, you know, those sort of planar type evils and the like. And since mine was an assassin demon, it won. It wasn't a straight out victory, but it was able to deal with it. So the guy, you know, decides to give a reward to my friend Keel, and he gives these bullets and stuff that should be better at like piercing through people, for his flintlock that he had. You know, instead of just, you know, shooting into one person, if there's somebody behind them, it might go through them as well. Which, you know, could be handy if you get the right situation or the right lineup. And the when he came back outside and sort of like told me everything, I was like, oh, well, I don't really want the place to be cleansed. So I just told my demon to go and dispose of him. Which the first attempt he managed to fire a cannon at my demon. Because he worked on siege weapons and the like. So it destroyed my demon, but I just sent in another one, so it wasn't a big deal. And that was our little kind of encounter with the Hat Man. The final encounter with the Hat Man. Ideally, could come back, who knows. And the Lizardman in our party, who's this very unique character build. He's like a druid, wizard, cleric? He's a mixture of classes that allow him to utilize to have a bunch of like familiars, so he can use them and kind of manipulate them into being like a swarm and stuff like that. And it's a neat idea. It's kind of a weird one, but it's neat. I like it. He had his the Lizard King, his familiar, flying around trying to find the demon hunters that we had found in the previous session. Oh, meanwhile, in the tavern, and sorry, what is this? Oh, this guy. This guy sucks. I hate him. He's not very useful.
I tire
Not that
of this
Setsu, but the
tavern, and it's still filthier clientele.
the armored guy. The
Scant reward for your treachery.
I don't remember his name.
A painted woman of your rich experience deserves a better class of customer.
Oh, name calling. Is that what we've been reduced to?
Orphan of the Nayuri. Widow of Sashihai. What joy it must have brought you to be revenged upon us all.
Oh, she didn't like that.
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
That guy.
My appetite for your agony is as an abyss. Bottomless. Insatiable.
Yeah, well, that's because you're crazy.
Before you die, you will cry and beg and prostrate yourself upon the earth. You will crawl on your belly through the muck and the piss and debase yourself for my amusement. All of you. But you think you are made of sterner stuff? Rather than have him beat you, mayhap I should have my oaf go and fetch your master's head. Oh, poor Lord Cayenne. Kami rest his soul. Noble leader of a fallen nation. A fine puppet he made for the Viceroy. For a time. 25 years he was content to serve his masters as a dog. And then everyone had to rise up and get themselves killed. Tell me,
Really big hands.
how did it feel to fail him that day? Not that you were a stranger to living with disgrace, of course. In the what was it? 25 years since you were humiliated and tossed into an imperial jail? You had plenty of time to get used to it. Oh yes, I heard the stories.
About the samurai who would do anything to return to his master's side, even if it meant pledging his blade to his sworn enemy. They say he walked with death, that he slew 1,000 men in the Empire's name. Truly a tale for the poets.
Is 1,000 really that much for Final Fantasy standards?
I do not deny my sins, but I will not be reproached by the likes of you.
And, like, I know it's a lot, but like...
Oh, I mean not to reproach you, but to praise you. You're a survivor, samurai. Just like me. So, let us not dwell on the past, you and I, and instead give thought to the future. To wit, I would ask you again to help me resolve this vexing matter of Doma's missing heir. Living or dead, it makes no difference, really. But the Garleans are most insistent that we put this problem behind us. And I know you helped him flee. So tell me, what became of Lord Hien?
To my dismay, the details escape me at present. Mayhap your dog could jog my memory.
Get on with it, and mark me, brute. There is no limit to how far you can fall.
Of all the bloody stupid... Oh! When I get back to Eorzea, I'm gonna find that little shite, and I'm gonna make her pay.
Oh, I don't think you are. He's not terribly competent at, you know, doing his job, usually. New gun? I hate it. I like my little, like, gun sword better. I don't have it equipped right now, but, you know. Even this design I still like more. A really long revolver. Where was I? Oh. Here we go. Where was I indeed? Yeah, let's get around. Probably the easy start. Oh, now question marks. Anyway, that looks like... That looks like Yuguri, but I think she might have a different color for eyes. They look otherwise the same. No, different outfit, obviously. But... Oh, that makes sense then. Never mind. That's why they look similar. They're related. We're looking for her too, actually, but I'm sure she's alright. Yeah, I mean, you know, probably. We had no idea she hailed from Sui no Sato. How did she come to serve Doma as a shinobi? It all began when she was a little girl. She and another child crept out of the village having grown curious of the outside world. To Doma they went, where they met a young boy, a proud son of Yanxia. Her tales of imperial oppression left a lasting impression on her. When she returned, she spoke passionately of the Doman's plight and urged us to take the boy in, but my wife and I would not hear of it. We thought the matter closed, but she never forgot his words. She became convinced that the Garleans would one day come for us, and it was in search of the strength to defend us that she left. Years later, we learned the ways of the shinobi. Okay. When the then Ruby Prince learned of this, she forbade Yuguri's return, lest she bring misfortune to us all. We protested the judgment, but there was naught we could do, and so our daughter, who wanted only to keep her people safe. Surely there is something we can do for these people. They who gave her aid and succor when no other would. I am but a humble stonemason, but if it is Yasukani no right, that one, you seek, I may yet be of some assistance. Tongue doesn't want to work. I may be of some assistance to you. The jewel is known to possess an unusual property. To the naked eye, it is as jade, but when bathed in a particular light, it shimmers with divine resplendence. Okay. I have mined similar materials before. To find them, one must use these lamps. They cast an invisible light, under which stones sparkle. In the deepest depths, they are invaluable. There is a sunken ship to the east. Though the currents may have spirited away her cargo, you should begin your search there. Thank you so much. We will do just that. I hope you find that which you seek. I only wish there was something more we could do to assist you. Know that you will always be in my prayers. And when next you see our daughter, pray tell her not a day goes by that her parents and her brothers do not think of her. We will, I promise. Alright. Let's see where... Alright, so we gotta leave this area. Where was I? Oh yeah. So our lizard buddy had his lizard minion fly up looking for the demon hunters to see if they survived and the like. And he did find them in a burning part of the city, casually lighting buildings on fire and occasionally killing people, which not what I was really expecting, but you know, they're kind of crazy. And they did eventually notice that his lizard was just sort of keeping an eye on them. And when they heard the cannon shot from the hat shop, they started sort of just heading that way. So he kind of went back to the ship for the time and started helping the sort of getting all the crew figured out, and the captain was having townsfolk that were injured coming to the ship so that they could be looked over, patched up, and sent on their way. You know, trying to build more good reputation so that we could get a payday after saving the city. And one of the patients that they inspected had a tattoo on his back because he had an arrow through him, through his shoulder. That was a cold iron arrow, likely from the demon hunters. And when he had to take off his shirt so that they could deal with everything. Okay, I do have a thing. That I had a... there we go. I had like a burp that was just like wasn't showing itself. Anyways, there was a tattoo on this guy's back to a scaly sort of deep sea demon lord, which wasn't the same for because I was with my high perception was able to notice it while I was down there. It wasn't the same as my character's faith, so I didn't care too much. It was just it wasn't of the faith, but it was a similar kind of vibe. But they kind of like patched him up and asked him some questions about it, and I guess it's sort of like a first part of an initiation type of thing. And somebody in town was giving it out. So they let him, the lizard guy walked him out. And that's about when the demon hunters were showing up. And they kind of just like noticed each other, and the archer one drew their bow and just shot him dead. They're just like, okay, well, that's wasted material. And, you know, information alike. But, oh well. Well, nothing. And then he just got into a conversation with them, and had them inspect some flowers that he was given. One of them turned out to be it was like a lotus of ambrosia type thing. So if you ate it or used it as a poison, whoever was affected by it would have their wisdom and charisma set to 1, and they would cease any sort of like function other than just enjoying this sort of bliss kind of dreamscape that is made up in their mind now. So he's got an interesting poison now. And another one was a black one that we'd gotten from the temple from the island. And that one was apparently a gift from the Lady of Perfection, which don't know what that really is gonna mean yet, but I guess we'll find out when it comes about. Guess I'm getting close. It's not that way. Here, maybe? Anything up here? No. In the distance. Here? This was close down to here. Oh. There we go. And that's since it was about 11 p.m. by the time we to call it. Yeah, that was the session that we had last night. It was fun. You know, we're not playing good characters, or not playing good aligned characters. I swear, looking for a needle in a haystack would be better. Setsu will have died of old age by the time we finish. You haven't found anything, have you, Nar? Yeah, I have. This is it. The Yasakani no Magadama? Exactly as Soroban described. It would seem that our fortunes have finally changed for the better. Much as I'd like to return and thank Yuguri's parents for their assistance, time is of the essence. I say we make for Tamamazui at once. Hold on to it for now, Nar. Once we arrive, present it to the elder, and then we can finally learn how to deal with the Red Kojin. Alright. And we can just teleport over here. Wow. It's a bit of a stretch. Alright, there we go. Wait. Alright. Alright, so we need to go over here. No, over here. Ujin. You are returned, and with the Yasakani no Magatama. Yasakani no Magata. I'm not great at saying those words. Yes, there is no mistake. Well done, well done. Oh, about the Red Kojin, you said there was a way to make them retreat into their shells? Are you ready to tell us now? I did indeed, and yes, I am. For you see, divinity resides not only in material vessels, but in individuals. In laying claim to the most sacred of treasures, you have demonstrated an affinity with the divine. I mean, I would hope so, considering. To treat with men and women such as you is to invite fortunes into our homes. Gladly, we will aid your cause. All is ready, Soroban. And give them what they require. Nods. This is a ceremonial knife of sorts. We're gonna sacrifice somebody. Yeah. Murder. Murder. For this blade, that which is sealed shall open. The treasure vault of the Kojin on the Isle of Zekki? It is there that our most prized relic, be they of red or the blue, are kept safe. Fiercely by the Red Guard, do the Red Guard it, where its contents are more precious than their lives. Were the vault to be attacked, the response would be necessity by necessity be immediate. Kojin would be summoned from Malms around to defend their treasures. Miles. Were we to sow enough chaos, the Reds in service to the Imperials would have no choice but to answer the call as well, giving the Confederacy the sign they've been waiting for. Without the Kojin, the Imperials don't have nearly enough troops in Isari to hold off the pirates. What do you think? However, you must understand that the vault is holy ground, home to a thousand Akami. To intrude upon it without paying the proper respect is a sacrilege we cannot condone. So if we were to pay the proper respects, it would be alright? Great. How do we do that again? The Yasakani no Magatama is one of the 3 most coveted treasures of the Kojin. The other 2 lie within the vault. Were you to deliver the jewel unto the others, and thereby make them whole, Ikami may forgive your trespass and instead delight in your mischief making. Alright, well. Oh, yeah. So if I understand you correctly, you want us to take the sacred jewel coveted by your red brothers and deliver it to the treasure vault? More or less. The Yakasani no Magatama belongs on the Isle of Zeki. As long as it finds its way there, we are satisfied. The Magatami have chosen you to bear it to its brothers. Had it not, you would never have found it, and we would not be having this conversation. Fair, I suppose. I shall inform the Confederacy of your plans, and bid them make ready to act when the time is right. The Isle of Zeki lies in the west of Unosato. Look for a cave beneath the waters. May fortune favor you in all other endeavors. Alright. I just want to get a drink real quick, because I didn't prepare 2 bottles of water. I only prepared 1 because I was a little lazy, and I should have prepared 2. I'll be right back quickly. Okay, I'm back. Let me just get adjusted. I had to refill the water purifier. Since it was low on water, I was only able to fill up one bottle. One bottle. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Back up. There. Hands. Alright. Hello, Alice. Right then. I'm not normally in the habit of sneaking into heavily guarded treasure vaults, but if this is the only way to convince the Confederacy to act, then so be it. We should be prepared for a fight. The bigger the better. The kind where you wished you had 7 of your most battle-hardened friends at your side. Hey, level up. Heated clean shot. Ooh. I think I have to go get the other slug shot, right? Because that one says combo action heated slug shot, but this one says split shot or heated split shot. I think I might have to go get the other one. I don't know about you two, but I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Me too, let's do this. Right. Not left to say that. Me? Nervous? Come now. I mean, it's not as though I haven't risked my life in ridiculous ways before. Well, maybe I'm a little bit. Strangest thing that. Completed out of character even. Anyway, let's go. Alright, so I think I need to go to... Where is it? Foundation. I need to get upgraded skills. Been a bit since then. So fast. Hello, Stefan Vegan. Drill? Interesting. Nara, I trust your training fares well. I have heard not of the fate of the manufactory, and would welcome fair news from any quarter. Bad news, me lordship. We talked to the cleric who works at the congregation, and he says the accusations against the workshop ain't been lifted yet. What's worse, it seems that they ain't inclined to pursue your case against Pedal Gritchy? Neither. I do not understand. When I presented my evidence to the Temple Knights, the officer in charge seemed convinced of our innocence. Oh, great. My dear, naive Stefan is dictated by the victor, and the one most skilled in strategy. the one most adept at maneuvering, one such as me. But we won the presentation. How dare you show your face in my manufactory? Have you no shame at all? Shame? Why, you were the one who submitted a forgery of my house's seal in an attempt to deflect your obvious guilt. Upon review of the evidence, however, the Temple Knights shall soon rule in my favor. But our sisters were unimpeachable. Our innocence was all but proven. Twice altered testimony of a commoner is hardly unimpeachable. You cannot deny claims that the ailing house Nobody was here, I was just trying to hear who it was. You cannot deny the claims that the ailing house Illinoret has been arming the lowborn and inciting them to seize their independence. You've all heard the shots fired within the city walls. You would twist and corrupt everything we've worked for. As I said, such is the privilege of the victor. If you wish, I might even be willing to teach you how to bend the situation to your advantage. We shall do well enough on our own. Now exit my manufactory ere you find your shiny armor doused with machine oil. You spurn my generous advice. Will you truly surrender your last chance to demonstrate House Helionet's unswerving devotion to Ishgar's prosperity? Hersby has been harassing your supply trains of late. A menace that the Holy See greatly desires to see put down. Being cloistered here amongst your scrap-covered benches, you must have heard tales of the fearsome Fairy Selene. Fairy Selene? The same dragon that the Order of Knights Dragoon has failed time and again to slay? It means to make a bloody show of you, boss. The Holy See has agreed to abolish your trial in exchange for the dragon's death. Pray send word when you are prepared to face very Selene. I shall organize for a priest to be present, to provide you with a suitable fate. Hello, Chip. What do we do? I'll just confess it was me what was firing your weapon. You shouldn't have any trouble laying the blame on a drunken outsider, especially one who's known for his vicious crimes. That ought to get you off the insurrection charges at least. No, you cannot do such a thing. I lived half of my life in the ship's cabin, and a prison cell ain't much smaller. You can pay me for the time and the break after they let me out. I'll stop him, my lordship. I have a fear that man's full of surprises. My prospectometer has naught to say of this eventuality. No. I cannot allow our instructor to sacrifice himself for the manufactory. We have no choice but to accept Hiddled impossible challenge. That guy's impossible challenge. And I fear Rostenthal. What am I word these names? Rostenthal will not be convinced unless we prove we have a chance of defeating very Selene. I do have a machinistry marvel in mind that might just do the trick. Its implementation, however, will require a number of clear lightning crystals of the light found in the Sea of Clouds. It is said that the Vanu store such crystals for use in their tribal ceremonies. Pray steal it into Vana, and lighten their baskets a touch. Surely they won't miss a handful, would they? Ooh. Alright, so I need to go to... here. I think this is the closest one. We can fly over to it on our broom. Magic broom. Ooh. Meow. Alright. What was this quest? 58. Okay. Ooh. They're a big boy. Alright, here we are. Wait. Oh no, it does combo into it. But I should get them anyways. Quite a bit since I'm having these quests. Oh yeah! I didn't even check my lottery. That was back on Saturday, I was supposed to check it. I need to do that at some point. Maybe like after this, as I get through these quests. Oh. Okay, that's not on the door, but I can't answer just at the second. Not a good time. Alright, I will fly up and wait. Alright, I'll be right back quick. Okay, sorry about that. Pull that up, pull that up. What? Just, folks wanting to let me know that, they were heading out. They wanted me to leave the door open so they can hear the house. Back to Corthus. Alright. So we got these gun quests to do to get more upgraded skills and just newer skills. Like I don't think this real skills an upgrade. I think it's a new one. The machinist tree marvel. Okay, we're ready for that. Ah yes, these are wonderful specimens. These crystals shall allow me to broaden the capabilities of your aether-transformer via a more efficient process of energy conversion. I only hope it will be impressive enough to convince our instructor to abandon his foolish course. Oh yeah, action pose. The machinist just returned to report on the situation of Rostenthal. It would seem that Joy and some fellow colleagues have caught up to him in the pillars. Pray make your way to the scene and persuade the instructor to sit down. You stand down. Up to the pillars. Running up to the pillars. Running up to the pillar. Alright. So we gotta talk him down. I'm guessing we'll fire this new shot off. That'll be that. What? Okay. Gosh, where do we even want that in the lineup? Guess we'll keep it where it is. I don't have anywhere to really put it right now. Alright, yeah, we'll just go the long way around. Oh, well, I guess it's not really the long way around since I don't have a better way to getting there fast, but, you know, well. I do like the look of Ishgard. Nice castles and gothic kind of look and whatnot. I just don't care for many of the people here. And they're, you know. Oh. Should have known he'd be along. Now back off before I teach this student the meaning of point blank. I'm talking to you as well, Julie. Step aside. I bloody will not step aside. Nard, take the fight out of him with a goth round, if you please. That's gonna be eh? Come on then. We'll see who shoots first. Bloody hell, that was fast. My students ever strive to impress you, Rostenthal. And and 'tis thanks to Nara's diligence that I was able to once more improve the tools of our trade. Even very Selene cannot stand against the advances we have made in both technique and technology. You must have faith in that our machinists will prevail. And though I appreciate your eagerness to occupy a cell on our behalf, such a sacrifice will not halt Ted's crusade against the manufacturing. I call him Ted. You might be right about that. He's right about more than just that. You gotta stop underestimating what we're capable of. I keep forgetting what a stubborn lot I'm dealing with. You're the ones what are challenging the very stones that what Ishgard was built on. Alright, I won't give myself up on one condition. All talk of contracts aside, you let me help in the fight against the very Saladin nightmare. You've always sought to avoid such entanglements before. What has changed? Matter of penance. Back when I was still in charge of the Kudas. Oh, the Kudas. I lied to me subordinates. Instead of serving the Thalassocracy? Thalassocracy? Okay. I had them lads working to further my own agenda. It all came apart though when I sent that word just just twisted my tongue. When I sent a glut of them off to die in a battle they had no business being in. I had me eyes on the Admiral chassis, but what kind of admiral would do that? It was reckless and selfish, and a good lot of people got killed. They stripped me of my rank, I drowned myself in drink, and took up the life of the worst kind of pirate. Soldier I tried to visit in Camp Overlook, he was one of me lads what survived. I've been sending him coin I can spare to pay back me bloody debt. But there ain't enough guilt in the world they'll buy off me guilt. And now, years later, I see a chance to undo the wrong I've done. A bunch of me students plan to charge into situations they got no business being in, and I plan to see him come out alive of it. His way of, the text for his thing is not working with my mouth. I'm gonna take a drink. Well then, consider yourself invited to the battle. Come, lead us in a pre-battle drill, Rost. Once more, your skill at firearms has rescued the manufactory from peril. Let us head back there, shall we? Alright. I think I should be able to go to the manufactory. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if that actually shows it on the map now. I can actually see where I need to go. I already know I need to go to the manufactory, thankfully. I've teleported here a few times. But, you know, for a new place or something. Ah, there you are. I sent word on our decision to Ted. Even with our instructor's added firepower, however, I fear this challenge will test us to our very limits. Rost has vowed to stay with us, regardless of the terms of his contract, until the sins of his past have been washed away in Barry Sully's blood. Let us then take advantage of every moment we have from now on, until the battle to hone our skill is at razor's edge. Okay. Ugh. Genius armor coffer. Ah, there we go. The heated bloodshot. That's what it was. A day has been chosen for a trial against very Saladin. More than any that have come before, the battle shall be pivotal in deciding the future of the manufactory and the machinistry both. Thus, ere we march forth to meet our fate, I will hold a celebration in honor of all that we have accomplished. As has been customary, however, the principal players are nowhere to be found. Pray head out into the city and seek out Joy, Rost, and Celeste, and my father. Oh, he's down there. Gotta go down there. Alright, who are we picking up first? Who's the closest? Oh, the father. Okay. I am invited to the manufactory? Well, well, how times have changed. Though I appreciate the gesture, I do not have a place at the table. I vow to leave Skysteel matters to Stephen alone, and I shall. Tell my son that I shall pray for victory and the prosperous future that will grow from his success. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, that's... Oh, I could just disable this for a time. Okay. Alright, recommended gear. Whip. Glamour. We're out in the snow. We'll wear this one. And where's the gun? This gun. Oh, right. They're waiting for a dungeon. Hey, Joe. Hi, I'll head there right now. But before I do, Nar, I wanted to thank you again for helping me find my way. Find me way. I just got myself back to where I belong. And I ain't about to give up the workshop any second time. Well, that's nice to hear. Meow. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I am speed. Speed along. Looking at the architecture. Is it? I can already feel me belly rumbling. As always, the chef works to make the manufactory a place where, or chief, not chefs, where commoners like me feel welcome. He's done his best for us, and I mean to do me best for him, even if it means fighting the monster of a dragon. I don't know if that beeping's picking up. That was the dryer finishing up. Hello, Ross. What? Another bleeding celebration? Well, I guess we never did get to have the first one. No. I knew the first time I met you, you'd be a demon with a carbine, and bugger me if I weren't right. Well, I mean, I am a demon, and you gave me a carbine. Now look at us, ready to stand side by side against one of the biggest, bloodiest dragons to ever raid a supply train. Look at everyone through this, though. Don't you worry. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Ooh. Phone's making noises. I don't think it's very useful, but I guess I'll just reach over and click. Doop, 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 doop. Nah, I didn't get any messages or anything. It's just some ping from an app or something. No, it's not important. Oh. What do we got? I've never really been a fan of zucchini. No mushrooms for that matter. Oh, I can walk to the table. Okay. Thank you for summoning everyone for the feast. And thank you for Father's message. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. Soon we shall introduce Very Selen to the rage of the machinists, for the manufactory, and for Ishgard. For Ishgard. The other eyes shine with determination. Oh, so this is the cat entering the room. You are the perfect choice to act as my ambassador. Ever has your presence been a boon to the manufactory? After wondering what would have become of us had you not chosen to walk the path of the machinist, probably would have failed. Though our next battle together will indeed be perilous, it shall also serve to demonstrate the pinnacle of our achievement. When Very Selen lies defeated in the snow, we will have accomplished a deed that Ted and the Holy See believed nigh impossible. When you are ready to make history, join us at the site of the trial in the Korthar's Western Highlands. Okay. Western Highlands. Alright, where do we need to go in here? Way up there. Is there a warp point out here? No? Alright, guess we're just gonna have to travel the good old-fashioned way. On the witch's broom. Alright. Wow. It's scratching my eye. Not like my actual eye, but like just under it. Alright. Yeah, I think the most annoying thing about running D&D games is scheduling people. Trying to get everyone on the same page. Because, like, people don't. It's just, you know, like, people just kind of like, last minute, like, need to, like, leave or stuff. Because, you know, real life matters obviously come first. No, you can't begrudge people for that. But it is still annoying, you know, when everyone's set to go and then like an hour before the game's actually supposed to happen, one person throws into chat that they can't make it. But it's always better than getting it after the fact. Like if people like sleep in and stuff like that, and like afterwards, like after the game or like halfway through it, they'll throw a message. It's like, well, that's would have preferred some notification so we don't like waste a half hour waiting for you. But it is what it is. Oh, right, I can fly. But it does get annoying. Just like figure out which days work for people. Why? Because other people will like respond right away, and then some people will take an entire week to respond. It's really being synced to level 60. I'm sinking. Lord Ted, my machinists are assembled. We now but wait the arrival of the dreaded Very Selen. Excellent. I am accompanied by a priest of the Holy See, who shall ensure the trial proceeds in accordance with Ishgard law. A wagon has been provided to tempt the talons of your glory. The Observatorium, okay. Observatorium has been tracking the creature's movement. According to their calculations, Selene and its entourage should fly over the pass within the hour. Should the machinist of the Skysteel manufacturer satisfy the conditions of this trial by combat, either through victory or valorous death, then shall your innocence be proven and your honor redeemed. Should you choose to flee, however, I trust I need not elaborate further. You shall oversee proceedings from on high, that I might judge thine actions evenly and with uninterrupted view. May justice be served. Your reverence, pray do not avert your eyes should the scene become one of bloody carnage. We would not wish to deny these fine combatants a fair trial. He's a dick. My strategy for the battle is thus. Hit the beast with everything we have. That's not a strategy. Deploy every turret and shoot every bullet. We shall bury Selene under a hail of metal and fire. Okay. Nothing about positioning, I guess. Don't need the map open. Alright. Well, that went well. Bloody hell, this is massive. And that's the thing we gotta kill. As Manufacturer Chief, I have but one order for you all. Survive the battle. Alright, well. Oh. Machinists, protect the fallen. Why do this? Why protect me? Should you but allow the dregs to do their bloody work, you would be free to pursue your agenda. Aye, you could argue that you've earned it after the grief you have caused. I should take what is left of your corpse and string it up as target practice. But if my machinists are truly to be the spear and shield of Ishgard, we must defend all her citizens with equal zeal. I fear that excessive association with commoners has softened your brain. The oath you have sworn, however, is indeed a knightly one. If you're done yapping, Lord Ted, we're a bit busy here. Wag that tongue again, and it'll be the first thing I put a bullet through. You'd best heed a warning, old fellow. Joy is not one to give voice to idle threats. But, this is where she shoots them in the mouth then. Until this day, I have but absorbed your battles from afar. What a perfect opportunity for me to evaluate skills from a more intimate perspective. By the Furies, he's still speaking. Leave him, Joy. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Let us shoot a path through the foe arrayed before us. Alright. Land. Alright, auto crossbow time I suppose. Ooh. Marco, look at that skill. Alright. Duty complete. Yeah, fuck you, Ted. You've done it. The damn old beast is dead. Thank you for saving my life. The accusations against you shall, of course, be withdrawn. As a further token of my gratitude, I would offer you a boon. Speak your wish, and I shall do all within my power to grant it. A boon? You think one little favor will wipe the ledger clean of your steaming shit? Fortunately, my heart has but one desire. I will have your oath that henceforth you shall no longer oppose the rise of the machinists, and never again seek to interfere in the operations of the Sky Steel manufactory. Is that all? No chest of coin? No promise of power? The workings of your mind are truly an enigma to me. He's not a dick. But you have my word on this, nevertheless. Indeed, we shall discover the best means by which your fine machinists might contribute to Ishgar's defenses. It is only from behind a sturdy front line that the machinist's full potential is realized. Together with the knights, however, we will change the face of war. Of course, you cannot yet do without the masters of the battlefield. May we strike fear into the hearts of our enemy and ensure the continued prosperity of the Holy See. Very well, Lord Steve. Well, that's that then. Thanks for letting me join you on this one, boss. I think I'm ready to move on now. Joy, your aim's as sharp as your harpy tongue. Good work, lass. I nominate you to take over as the master marksmanship. Nar, you're too bleeding quiet, but your weapon skill speaks loud enough, I suppose. Keep firing like you do, and I reckon my students will flock to the workshop to follow in your footsteps. Are you truly leaving us? I've never been the kind of bloke to stick around in one place for too long. You've treated me well at the workshop. Better than I deserve, I reckon. But it's time I weighed the anchor. I'll be seeing you then. Did you travel to bring it back to Ishgard? No, you always have a place at the manufactory, my friend. Shall we be on our way as well? You teleported back? I think I have to teleport on my own. Yeah. To Ishgard. Get my upgrade, my attack, rated attack. Meow. All right. Hello, Stephen. What an extraordinary turn of events. With your trouble behind us, however, I feel the age of machinists has finally arrived. Machinistry. And you, Nar, have all but outgrown the manufactory. With Roth's departure, there are none who might compete with your skill at firing. Pray take the lessons you have learned, and make known the machinist's trade in every corner of Eorzea. You are, of course, welcome to return to us whenever you desire. You shall be here, ever serving Ishgard as her deadly spear and sturdy shield. Ah, before I forget, Rost asked that I encourage you to push the limits of your marksmanship. I believe his exact words were, so that you can blast through any pile of shit what might stand in your way. I'm getting better at the accent, don't you think? I mean, I spoke it, but, you know. Yeah, pose. In order to undertake the next series question, you must first meet the following requirements. Yeah, I have that. Alright. How fortuitous that you should choose the moment to visit. This moment to visit. Pray forgive my abruptness, but are you acquainted with Ishgard's watch and the commoners who fill its ranks? Truly? You've worked with Hilda before? Splendid! Absolutely splendid. Let's just then discuss the problem at hand. Following our city's shift to a more all that I'm stretching. Oi. Ah. To a more egalitarian form of government, there's been talk of arming the city's watch with machinist weapons and equipment, the very type of initiative for which I have long advocated. And as part of this plan, I've been asked to provide a competent instructor. But as dearly as I wish to fulfill the request of Hilda, I'm afraid suitable candidates for this role are in woefully short supply. Surely you've heard news of the situation in Alamigo, yes? Well, the little conflict has seen the manufactory swamped with commissions for both material and marksmen. And I've not a single machinist to spare. I was even forced to relinquish Joy, my indispensable right-hand woman, to some far-flung deployment. In Sonar, I must see why your presence here this day. You must see why your presence here this day strikes me as something of a godsend. Who better to accept this position than our most accomplished machinist? I understand, of course, that you have your own business to attend to, and can hardly spend every waking moment at training the watch. Thus, do I intend to share your duties with our old friend Ross. Aside from his extensive knowledge of firearms, he was once the Commodore of the Knights of the Barracuda. Yeah, I know. Such experience should prove invaluable to the Watch's leadership. He is the natural choice to serve as your partner in this enterprise. From what I've been told, Our former instructor was recently spotted arriving in Ildishire. Where was Ildishire? Hey, come along, Nar, and lend me a hand in persuading the foul-mouthed brigand to return to Ishgard. Okay. Oh, it's this place. The goblin area. Have you seen this place, Nar? My prospectometer is simply overloaded by such potential. As the goblin technology amassed in the main square alone could keep me tinkering for days. Not that we'll be here nearly that long. Rost is a striking fellow. Someone is bound to have noticed him. Shall we ask around? Walking Amherst. Can I interest you in a guided tour of... Oh, just a question? I've seen such a man. He's walking down this street, as a matter of fact. Good to know. Eloise? Ah, big lad with an eye patch? I marked his passage as I would that of any dangerous beast. Stay your path and you'll find him like as not. Quite a few people there. Midnight Dew. I've seen you, man. Head into the hard place. He was all swarthy and mysterious like. Well, thanks for joining the fire. Broken my legs for falling damage. Hopefully they've repaired by now. Had half a mind to follow him in there. Yeah, well, I mean, as long as you drop near the fire, you should at least stay warm. Where am I going? This way. This way? This way. Ah, there we go. Joyous painter. Oh, is he being painted? No, just... Okay. Hello, Rost. Alright. I see you kept one step ahead of me, Nar. At least this time around, our dear instructor was not so damnably difficult to locate, eh? I thought I heard some familiar voices. Now what brings the two of you to all this way out here? Not just yearning to glimpse this ugly mug again, that much is certain. Astute as always, my friend. We have, in fact, come with an offer of employment. Just like last time, really. No. You want me to teach trigger work again? Bugger that. Why don't you have Joy do it? Joy is far too humble to fare well as an instructor, and is fully occupied by other manufacturing business besides. You also have considerable experience with commanding a military company, if I'm not mistaken. Are you bloody daft, or did you just forget? Me piss-poor leadership of the Cuttas is what ruined me reputation in the first place. Do you honestly reckon a man like me is fit to take charge of training your city watch? Well, if you haven't the stones for it. You're trying to tickle me pride, lass. Ah, you seem damn determined to not let an old pirate sit and rust in a peace. And this means you'll accept? Trim your sails then, boss. I'll make my final decision after I've had a chat with this lass what leads the watch. I think they'll get along. It seems we must arrange a meeting with Hilda. Would you mind handling the introductions? Yeah, I guess. My thanks. Now I should really be getting back to the workshop. I have a small mountain of munitions to make it if I'm to honor all these commissions. Do the manufacturer proud, my friends. Okay, well, bye, Steven. Ah, just when I was getting bleeding warm again. I'll see you in Ishgard, Nar. Alright. See you there, Rost. Alright, so we need to go to Broom. To the foundation. Alright. Let's... All that night. What are you up to, Hilda? Are we clear, or must I repeat myself in simple terms? I expect very little from you, lowborn riffraff. You wish to serve Ishgard, then know your place, and keep well out of our way. What a dick. Bastard blue blood. He'd not wag his tongue like that if his boss were around. A fine day to you, Nar. Little bird told me you'd be on your way. The lads and lasses were well pleased to hear they'd be learning at the foot of Ishgard's savior. Oh, yeah, sort of. And you must be Rost, eh? I'll warn you right now, the watch is a raw lot. They ain't used to the formal training, and you'll need to work 'em hard before they'll count for more than cannon fodder. Work 'em hard, you say? I do things the pirate way, lads. I'll have 'em pissing blood and wailing for their mums by first bell. We'll see about that. I don't know about Limsa's back alleys, but the Broom's not a place for... not a place what suffers wilting daisies. What my lot lack in skill, they make up for in spirit. Ha! I like a challenge. Now tell me more about how this watch of yours fits into Ishgard's defenses. Well, we're officially back in arms of the Eorzean Alliance, ain't we? And seeing as a good chunk of the Temple Knights have marched out to Alamigo, the streets are a bit thin on soldiers. That's where the watch comes in. We've been something of an independent operation till now, but the houses want to put us on their payroll. They mean to use our numbers to plug the holes in the walls, as it were. And the best part is we get paid to do more of what we was doing for naught. Coin in our purses and food in our bellies, can't complain about that. You're not wrong. Aye, but the arrange is not to everyone's like. The Inquisitors and nobles alike looking to trip us up on every turn. They ain't keen on the idea of commoners being armed and organized. I reckon the only way to shut those bastards down is by convincing everyone else the watch is something worth keeping. But if we mean to prove ourselves, we need proper equipment and training. That's why I took most of the coin we've been given and went begging to Lord Helena. Now we have firearms and two clever blighters to teach us how to use them. I've heard enough. You can't properly protect folks that don't recognize your authority. Just do as old Ross says, and we'll soon teach them bastards to respect you. Oh, mate. Here's what here's what we're gonna do first. Gather a crew of your finest lads and lasses, and slap a name on them. One will get them naysayers to sit up at and take notes. Always tripping over Ross's words. What, you mean an entire company like Dragoons or the Heavens Ward? I reckon a good name might impress some of the High Board, but I'll be buggered if I can think of one. Let's see. Those old Hilda's Hounds. Oh, you mean Hilda's Hounds? Well, I do like the sound of that. What do you say, lads? Well, they seem pretty happy about it. As soon as they've handpicked a crew of the Hounds, I'll start teaching them the basics. Then after they've had a chance to learn barrel from stocking, come back and test their skills. Sound like a fair division of labor? Right then, I'll whip them into shape before you know it. Let's see just how tough these born bastards really are. Quest complete. But I've already reached that level. Just stretching my arm. Getting a bit stiff in my upper arm, so relaxing it a little bit. Come to see how we're doing then. Well, there ain't much to test yet. Things are coming along, but progress is bloody slow. Not one of these buggers as the flair for the irons what you enjoy showed. Huh. We'd best let him get back to it then. I have a different favor to ask you, Nar. The watch has been tasked with its first big job, standing guard at the Temple Knights Investor Ceremony. This ceremony is an important event. Instead of setting a watch to, well, watch over it is a gesture of what means to everyone. Embody the new spirit of harmony between Highborn and Lowborn. Lucia didn't honey her words. She said that making a mess of his duty is like is likely to harm our reputation beyond saving. Hounds will be knocked down before they even take their first step. But getting back to the favor. There's to be a meeting to discuss security concerns for the event, and I want you sitting in on it. You see, the representative for the Temple Knights is the kind of bloke what has me itching to shoot him in the teeth. Pompous bastard by the name of Muscandane. If you're there, I might just be able to keep my trigger finger under control. Thanks, sir. I appreciate the support. I'll see you at the congregation then. Okay. The congregation down here, is it? No, it's up there, it's up there. Meow. Meow. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's still RPing over there. RP always takes 5 years to do. Like, want a little bit of a talk? Well, hope you set several hours aside. I was on forum. Mars here is my advisor. I trust her advice a damn sight more than that of a certain empty-headed, stiff-backed blue blood. Will not dispute her place at this meeting. In fact, I would be far less inclined to entrust this duty to a certain foul-mouthed, disrespectful commoner were she not accompanied by such an advisor. Oh, he came in a rush. My apologies for the interruption, Sir Musk. I bear urgent news. Speak then. Sir, a thief has breached the vault and stolen the sacred blade. Runting? Runting's a sword used to dub new knights, or so they tell me. But the place is crawling with guards. Hard to imagine how someone even managed to get in there, let alone flinch anything. It is unthinkable. The treasury door is secured with 7 different locks. Sentries stand vigilant night and day. None could approach without notice. The sentries claimed they were struck senseless. They later awoke to find the door to the treasury hanging open. But of all the valuable secrets within, only the blade was missing. By all accounts, the entire incident took place over the span of a few short minutes. This burglary obviously had a plan. Burglar obviously had a plan, and was very precise in its execution. You say that only Hrunting was taken? The loss of such a prominent symbol right before the ceremony bodes ill for Sir Emmerich's reputation. The Lord Commander cannot afford to have his authority eroded at this delicate stage. Lest Ishgard once more fall prey to the infighting and insurrection. Just gonna take a drink. We must reclaim. There's no R in that. Well, I guess there is an R in the start, but not where I'm placing it. We must reclaim the blade ere its disappearance becomes common knowledge. I have not the time nor the nights to spare for this. Well, my hounds might be able to help you there. It's the best the watch has to offer, and I reckon they'll keep their gobs shut. Your ceremonies are a time to shine. So we've a vested interest in seeing it go forward as planned. And there's no harming it on Sir Emmerich's good side neither. Let's say we look into it. Do as you wish. With Nar's assistance, mayhaps even your mop of commoners will see some modicum of success. Now, if you will excuse me. Prickly bastard. You'd think you show a bit more gratitude. Anyways, enough of that. We've a sword to find. We can begin by asking some questions, I reckon. Get our own idea of what happened. Ready to put on your Inquisitor robes? Good. Then I've the perfect bloke for us to talk to. I know a knight what took part in the raid of the vault a while back, and he just so happens to be the captain of the Treasury Guard. Let's head to the Hoplon and see if our man's about. Alright. That's up in the pillars. See if we can teleport anywhere close to it. A lot of people like to put like Damon as their first name in this. What's the oh. I guess that's close. Well, I think that's closer. Alright. We need to talk to these guys, figure out who's doing all the burglary, and then steal the sword ourselves, obviously. You know, pawn it off for some money. Mistress Nar and Mistress Hilda. Sir Muska told me to expect you. Huh. I thought he'd no time to spare. So does this mean you're to help or hinder us? Why, to help, of course. Here, material evidence from the scene. All 7 locks of the treasure door were destroyed, and this scrap of metal was found lodged in one of the keyholes. The impact crushed it out of shape. That looks like a bullet to me. Our cupboards within some sort of firearm. A firearm, did you say? Has there been yet another crime committed by one of those horrible inventions? By the gods, I can scarcely sleep at night for worry. I suspect this is all the fault of Sir Emmerich's precious revolution. Who might you be, miss? And what do you mean by another crime? By the tales I've heard at high tea this past week would curl your toes. I kinda doubt that. They say a musket-wielding brigand now terrorizes the western highlands. When the threat of those dragon-loving heretics has finally ended, a new nightmare rises to take their place. Unless you think this some noble lady's fancy, even the traders come to supply the crozier speak of shots echoing in the air near Hemlock. Dreadful, simply dreadful. I don't like her. I understand that our knights must honor their oath to aid foreign nations, but must it come at the cost of keeping order in Ishgard? Look at me, I've become positively flushed. I must retire to my chambers. I don't like her. Was she hard of hearing or something? That smothered harpy didn't so much as glance in my direction. Unfortunate to have a more traditional highborn, I'm afraid. Such stubborn examples aside, however, your actions have taught many of our nobles the wisdom of heeding the common citizenry. Well, at least he's got a head on him. I've not been ignored like that in a while. Well, thanks for the bullet, Sir Knight. Good day to you. Much I'd like to ignore her ladyship's blather, it might be worth looking into the rumor of this bandit up near Hemlock. Considering the timing and how the treasury was robbed, it's just too much of a coincidence. You have a couple of leads to follow it. Why don't you take the bullet to Stephen and see if he can tell us where it came from? Meanwhile, I'll go. I think I've been reading text for too long. Meanwhile, I'll head out to Hemlock and look for anyone who's armed with a carbine or something similar. Come join me once you've done with the bullet. Might be I'll need your help with the search. Okay. Huh. I wanted to do some 7 Days to Die with my friend Court, but he's not around at the moment. At least she hasn't responded. Oh right, I have to go to the steel manufacturer. Gotta talk with Stephen. Alright, let's see. Hello, Stephen. How's the training of our indomitable watch? You have something for me? Yeah, I got a bullet. Can you, CIS, investigate this? Yes, this is certainly the remnants of a bullet fired from close range. More than that, I cannot tell you. Oh, you can't CIS it? CSI? Yeah, I think it's actually CSI. It may have been made right here in the manufactory, but honestly, there's little difference between our ammunition, the bullets forged in Linsa Limensa. And sorry, deformation makes it impossible to identify an origin with any degree of accuracy. Just sending a message quick. Oh, she's actually typing now. No. Alright, so I gotta go to Hemlock. She's apparently out and about now. That's why she didn't respond. Falcon's Net. Gotta go way out there. No, it's witch broom time. Flying on a broom. Can't go wrong with a witch broom. Ooh. Yeah, if she is up 7 days, I'll probably switch to that for a bit. Give my, have a bit of a rest from reading all the dialogue. It's just tripping over more and more. You can deal with some levels, Hilda. Ooh. A neat new version for the heated slug. Hey, thanks. I was paying too much attention to the ground when them beasts came at me. I managed to put down one or two, but what's that you got there? Leather collar. Leather collar, Those curs must have been set to guard this place, though they seem wild enough to me. Found signs that someone was here, Nar. Could be that her ladyship's brigand is more than empty parlor talk. Let's get back to Broom before we compare notes, though, eh? Bloody freezing out here. You're not gonna look more? Okay. Back to Ishgard, I guess. Oh, it's dark now. Yeah, fat cat. Alright, so getting down here, we should be able to get to Hilda. Talk to her on notes instead of, just like tucking into one of the buildings right there. Right, so what have we got? Did that bullet have a tale to tell? Not really. Oh, that's too bad. I thought maybe we could learn where it came from at least. Seems that leaving us chasing after this mystery bandit. Maybe I'll head out to Hemlock again. Have another poke around. We just... I'll stick it out here and keep drilling the troops then. You'll be the first to know when they're ready for inspection. I'm gonna make you proud, don't you worry about that. And don't stay away for too long. We've a thief to catch. Alright, now we can actually go back to the main quest. Right. We got it the water area. There's the exit. Wow. Convenient they actually have an exit to this bubble instead of just popping it. Razan. Raisin. We're in Raisin. Ooh. Looks nice from here. Oh. Do they have upper ways you can get in as well? Okay. Alright, well it seems like Court is up for it. Alright. No, we gotta go down. Damn, how do we dive? Control space? Yeah, let's control space. Alright. Back on the broom. Alright. Let me exit out of this then and get things set up for 7 days. Let's see. Alright.